see all the different boats around here. That's how everyone kind of gets around, especially if you live off the river like 50 to 100 years ago. And real interesting to see, you have a house like this right here, and then the next one might be a big mansion right off the river. So we're in a bit of a lock right here. They're moving different walls. The water's flowing. I'm not really sure exactly how it works here. I'll flip it around so you can see. Hey everyone, welcome to Traveling on the Go. This is my YouTube channel. I've spent a year and a half traveling in Southeast Asia, exploring new places, learning how to shoot and edit video to the best of my ability, and meeting a lot of people along the way. In my upcoming video, I'm going through the canals of Bangkok, Thailand. I'm going to show you what life is like there. So come over and take a look. I'll tell you what equipment I use in some of the videos and how I feel as I travel around. Welcome to the 86th video on my channel, and in this episode I'll be taking a small passenger powerboat down one of the biggest rivers in Asia. Currently I'm in the capital of an area once known as the Siam Empire, with a population over 10 million people. As we explore, you're always going to run into challenges. So our first challenge here is, how do you actually get a boat? How much is it? I'm going to give you some information on that. 2, I'm going to fly a drone on a moving boat with no tracking software. I've never done this before. I'm going to be on the roof of the boat. 3, we're going to have to get through some different canal locks. We're going to be navigating through canals. I'm not really sure how this is going to work. And then I'm also going to talk about number 4 here. How often does Bangkok flood? How is global warming affecting the city? And also many people are talking about Bangkok may be underwater in the next 50 years. So let's get going. Let's do it. Hey everybody, how we doing here? So I have a boat right here, and we are going to go down the canals around Bangkok, then out to the main river. I think the Chapia River, but I'm not sure. I'm at a really cool cafe too. I'll go ahead and put the name below, but we're going to hop on here. We got this for around $24 an hour, and this guy just randomly popped up right here. So we're going to get going. Let's go check it out. So we were lucky to find a boat like this. I did not want to spend too much money, and I wanted something a little bit older for a little more character. Now these boats are about 20 feet long. They fit around 15 people, and I have to say our driver did a fantastic job. So if you're actually looking to get a boat, rent a boat, just go to any major pier. You basically can negotiate there. You can see the boat beforehand. And the more hours you get, the cheaper it's going to be. We did $24 for 1 hour, but it can definitely be cheaper. We're going to make our way to the Chapia River, which is one of the biggest rivers in Asia. But as we go through the canals here, the capital city was once known as the Venice of the East because of these various canals. These canals and rivers are the lifeblood of the city, and they've been that way for a long time. So as we're going out of the canals, what are you going to see out here? I've seen a number of water monitor lizards, some as big as 6 feet long. I've also seen some carcasses in the waters of the same animal that are a bit bloated. So you're going to see wildlife, birds. The water is polluted. Some areas are pretty bad. Some other areas are not that bad. The housing, you can definitely see where the poor are, and then the extremely rich on the other side. Now you're probably going to pass a lot of people. This is the land of smiles. People are going to wave at you, say hello. They're very friendly. Then you're going to see the guys fishing and kind of having a picnic, maybe drinking some whiskey. So why would you want to take a boat trip like this? Well, if you have nothing going on, you know, for $24, it takes you down all the back canals. You can see different temples, the way people live, different boats are shooting through here. Bring a couple beverages, if you know what I mean. Just kind of chill out, have some good conversation. This boat here, I'm gonna put the description below about this guy's details right here. But I just randomly saw him. He was dropping someone off when we were having a coffee, and I asked him if I could go around. So in this capital city, there are nearly 1,700 canals. Now the Thai word for canal is klong, K-L-O-N-G. Now originally, these numerous canals were built as a means of protection from invaders, along with allowing easy transportation between provinces. So speaking of transportation, if you do come to the city here, obviously there is the SkyTrain, subway, bus, van, motorbike, taxi, but definitely take a boat down one of the canals. It's like 50 cents, maybe less than that, no traffic. The water is a little bit dirty at times for sure, so be careful of that. But it's a really cool experience. I got on a boat here where I can actually step out and see something, but definitely worth the time and no traffic. We're gonna move on to chapter 2 and talk about the drone. So we first navigated through all the different canals, and we're finally out on the Chap Yai River here. Now this is one of the longest and biggest rivers in Asia. It goes right through Bangkok right here. And getting on top of the boat while it was moving was one thing, but now I'll have to launch the drone from a slightly moving boat. I'm slowly learning it's not the takeoff that's the hard part, it's the landing. Before I get into launching my drone off the boat right there, I have 3 common questions I get all the time. Number 1, what kind of drone do I use? Number 2, why do I even use a drone? And number 3, have you ever lost your drone? So I'm going to answer those real fast, and then we're going to get back to the boat and the drone. Let's get right into the first question. What drone do I use? I use the Mavic Mini. This is made by DJI. It's around $399. If you get the combo set with more options, it's $499. It's got a 2.7K camera, and it's 250 grams, which is quite important. Anything at 250 grams or below in weight, you do not need a drone license in many locations and countries, so that's what I use. Number 2, why do I use a drone? Reason number 1, the drone gives a completely different perspective of a place by air. Here's an example of a first-person view versus a drone shot of the same area. Reason number 2, you can see over areas to see what's coming next. On my last hike, I didn't know if I was going to go to the top of the waterfall. I could see what was up there before, then I decided to go up. Reason number 3, it's just more cinematic. Definitely more epic, and just gives the viewer a better idea of the region, landmark, or the subject of the video. Reason number 4, use your drone like a camera crane and walk around. There's no need to climb 20 feet up. The drone will do it for you as it hovers above you. As you can see right here, I placed the controller for the drone down on the ground. I walk around, make a lap, and I come back and I pick up the controller again while the drone is just floating around. Let's go to question 3. Have I ever lost a drone? Yes, I have. Nearly 8 months ago, when I was living in Thailand in a city called Hua Hin, I had an unfortunate accident with a tree. Now, I actually made a video about it that you can watch titled Hua Hin Day 2, where I explain more about what happened. So I actually also lost my drone. My drone went down. I'm gonna talk about that, go over what I learned, show you kind of what to do, what not to do, give you some advice also towards the end. So definitely take a look at that. We're gonna look at Hua Hin Beach also for a bit. It's very cool. And like I said before, Hua Hin's about 3 hours south of Bangkok. All right, I'm ready. Let's get going. Let's get back to the original question about my drone launch and what I learned from flying it on a moving boat. First, if you are on a moving vehicle like a boat, be very mindful of the surrounding structures around you. For example, my biggest challenge was planning a flight route around power lines above me. You'd be amazed how many power lines came out of nowhere. The second thing I learned was to always keep the drone in line of sight as I was walking back and forth on a moving boat. The moment you lose the drone, you'll struggle to get it back, especially since the Mavic Mini and Mavic Mini 2 don't have any collision sensors. The last notable lesson I learned is to make sure you can fly your drone in a legal area and to get the proper drone license, which is no more than $50 US in most countries. So that's going to wrap up this video, Bangkok Canals Part 1. In the next video, Part 2 of Bangkok Canals, we're going to venture into a canal lock, take a tour down the Chao Phraya River, and talk about how often Bangkok floods and if Bangkok is getting affected by rising water levels. Thanks so much for watching until the end. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked my video. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't seen my latest video, the Blue Ridge Parkway, please take a look. It's only 2 minutes. See you guys.
I don't wanna save ya, don't wanna be strangers. Let me feel like you know what to do. Leave your limitations, live and go against them. Just let go and start up something new. Cause I know that what you planned out, everything that you built up, isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out. Lay your love on me, leave your head and let your mind be free. Save yourself and leave.